In 1997, the greatest chess player in human history sat down across from a machine and lost. And instead of shaking hands and going home, he stood up in front of the world's press and accused the machine of cheating. The chess world spent the next decade grieving. The coverage from those years reads like a funeral. The game is dead, the soul has gone out of it, and the machines that kept saying, "We're going to kill chess." 25 years later, chess is more popular than it has been at any point in its 1500-year history, and the machine they hated is in every stream, every lesson, and every post-game breakdown. Not tolerated, but beloved. Magic the Gathering is standing at the very beginning of this exact same story right now, and I think knowing how it ends tells you something about the likely future of our game. I'm Anthony. Magic is how I make my living, which is relevant, but first, let's talk more about chess. For most of the 20th century, chess players weren't just skeptical that a machine could touch their game, they were certain it couldn't. That certainty was a whole culture. In 1968, an international master named David Levy bet 4 AI experts serious money that no computer would beat him within 10 years. And then he just won. Then he won a second bet after that too. For decades, the machines are coming for chess was a punchline at best because engines played ugly, materialistic, planless chess, and beating them was basically a trick you did at a conference. And then, one day, it wasn't. The year is 1997. In Deep Blue, a computer defeats Garry Kasparov, the world champion at the time. And in Game 2, the machine plays a move so subtle, so strategic, so human, that Kasparov simply could not accept that a computer produced it. So he does something pretty remarkable. He publicly accused IBM of having a grandmaster behind the curtain, a human hand inside the machine. Now IBM denied it, and IBM refused a rematch, and then they retired the machine. Which, nothing builds trust quite like destroying evidence. But the match itself isn't the most interesting part of this whole situation. It's the years after, because the chess world went into a genuine mourning. And if you read coverage from that era, it feels very familiar to today. The game is solved. Human creativity is obsolete. Why even play? Computer move became an actual insult among players. It meant a move that was correct, but soulless. By today's standards, one might call that slop. And over time, the fear curdled over into paranoia. In 2006, a world champion match nearly collapsed because one side accused the other of consulting an engine during bathroom breaks. This is a real thing that happened at the highest level of professional chess, and they even had a term for it. They called it Toiletgate. So look, if you have ever felt like something you love is being hollowed out by a machine that doesn't even understand the thing it's hollowing, chess players felt it first, and they were not wrong to feel it. Now here's where the story gets interesting, and it gets interesting in the strangest possible place. Garry Kasparov, the man who lost, the man with more reason to hate the machine than any human alive, 1 year after Deep Blue, he invents a brand new format where a human and an engine play together as a team against other human engine teams. He called it advanced chess, everyone else called it centaur chess. But the defeated champion looked at the thing that beat him and asked a different question. What if this was never my opponent? What if it's my instrument, my tool? Now hold on to that word, because it's the whole point of the video. And quietly, with no announcement, no vote, no grand community reckoning, engines just became how everyone got better, how every game gets analyzed, how every opening gets tested, how every student learns. The grief didn't get argued away, it got metabolized into practice. Then 2017 happens, and this is interesting thing number 1. DeepMind builds AlphaZero, a neural network that's given no human knowledge, no opening books, nothing but the rules, and it teaches itself chess in a matter of hours and crushes the strongest engine on the planet. Now this thing is more alien, more powerful, more AI than anything the chess world had ever seen. So the community, the same community that held funerals for the soul of the game 20 years ago, reacts with awe. Grandmasters called its games beautiful, romantic, chess from another dimension. People compiled its best games like they were poetry collections. Nobody was outraged, and they certainly didn't call it slop. And now here's the second interesting thing. The year is September 2020. Stockfish, the free open source engine that's the single most used, most trusted, most loved tool in the entire game, it swaps out its handwritten brain for a neural network. It's a hybrid at first, and by 2023, a handcrafted evaluation is gone entirely, which means the beloved instrument of the chess world became, in the most literal technical sense, the same class of AI everyone's throwing a fit about today. And the community's reaction to this at the time was incredibly interesting. When this new update of Stockfish released, they responded with nothing. They responded with patch notes. That was the entire reaction. Everybody just accepted it, the evals got stronger, and continued arguing about different openings again. So, sit with that for a second. The technology got more AI over time, and the acceptance went up. Which can only mean one thing. Whatever chess players were rejecting in the 70s and the 90s, it was never the technology. It was something else. And figuring out what that something else is, that's really relevant, especially for Magic today. Oh, in the timeline after, engines surpassed humans permanently, forever. And then chess has its biggest boom in the 1500-year history. The Queen's Gambit, the movie, the streamers, 100 million new players, an entire subreddit that exists to bully people about en passant. The reigning world champion opened a game in his own tournament with a bong cloud. The worst opening in chess, a literal meme, and the game survived that too. Chess did not die when the machines won, chess went mainstream. Now, here's a line I think every community is actually drawing. It's not machine learning versus algorithms, and it's not anything about what's under the hood at all. It's authors versus instruments. An AI author produces the creative work itself. It replaces the human whose art, whose writing, whose craft was the entire point. When an image model creates art, a person who paints for a living didn't get paid, and something people genuinely loved feels hollowed out. The anger at this is not ignorance, it's not fear of the future, it's not Ludditism, it's you defending your own people. It's correct. An AI instrument doesn't make the thing, it measures the thing so that you can argue better, play better, and understand more. The eval bar does not play chess for you, and nobody on earth watches Stockfish's games for fun, unless you're that guy. The eval bar tells you the truth about a position, and then the humans do every single part that matters. Nobody's job is disappearing, and the arguing in chess certainly didn't stop. In fact, the arguing got a lot better because now it has a referee. Chess rejected what it thought was an author and then embraced the exact same technology, literally the same neural networks, the moment it settled into being an instrument. So the moral test was never, is there AI in it? The test is two questions. Whose work did it take, and whose labor does it replace? For AI art, the answer is artist, both times. Case closed, anger justified, next question. But for an eval bar, the answer is nobody, both times. And here's the part that gets me. Magic already knows this. Magic already lives this. EDHREC is a website that scrapes millions of deck lists, runs statistics all over them, and then algorithmically tells you to put Sol Ring in your deck. Which, yes, thank you for the groundbreaking analysis, but nobody calls EDHREC slop, and nobody is boycotting EDHREC because everybody intuitively understands what it is. It's an instrument, it's a tool. It measures the format, holds up the mirror, and then you still build the decks, you still crack the jokes, and you make the questionable rule decisions. Meanwhile, Magic is carrying around a sickness unlike any other game of its type, a measurement problem. And you know it, I know it, Wizards clearly knows it because that's why the brackets even exist. Every Commander game opens with the same ritual question. What power level is your deck? Or well, rather, today's day, it's what bracket is your deck? In days past, it's a 7, but now it's high bracket 3. Every deck is bracket 3. My tribal pile, 3. My Thassa's Oracle Demonic Consultation combo deck that just won on turn 4 last game, believe it or not, also 3. A community with a measurement problem that bad, arguing about power level at every table, every night, for years, is precisely the problem instruments and tools like this were born to solve. The Rule Zero conversation doesn't need less information. It needs a referee it can yell at. Now, chess got one, and chess is doing great. And look, the anger in Magic right now didn't come from nowhere. Wizards earned this community's distrust. They denied AI was in a promo image and then walked it back when artists proved otherwise, and this isn't the first occurrence of something like this. So no, I'm not asking you to stop being angry about AI, because the immune response is right. I'm asking us, as a community, to just take better aim, because a community that can't tell authors from instruments doesn't end up protected. It ends up with friendly fire and no referee. Okay, full disclosure, because this whole video is disingenuous without it. I find this story fascinating because it applies to me and what I've built. I have a stake in this narrative, so to speak. I built a deck analysis tool called DeckCheck, and it uses AI for its most powerful features, and I've had people refuse to even look at it exactly for those reasons. I've also had a lot of doors closed in my face for that reason as well, and a lot of creators walk away from me because of fear of community backlash if they were seen like working with an AI tool. And honestly, given everything this community has kind of been through as regards to AI artwork and whatnot, I get it. I'm not even mad about it. That immune system exists for a reason. So I'm not gonna pitch to you, like feature tour or link in the description BS, none of that. The only thing I'll say is that I have tried. I've genuinely tried to build it like an instrument, a tool. It's not building any decks for you from scratch, and its scoring methodology is published, all of it, so you can read the entire rubric and check the math yourself. And when it's wrong, people tell me loudly, and I fix it. What I'm trying to build is Magic's Stockfish. Whether it actually earns that title, that's not really my call to make, that's y'all's. But judge it by instrument standards, harshly. That's all I ask though, for my tool or anybody else's like it. Because here's the thing I actually believe, and it's the reason this video exists. The engines didn't just get accepted by chess. They became part of the reason chess is thriving. The evaluation bar is how 100 million new people learn to read the game. And I think Magic can have that same renaissance. I think it's just sitting there, waiting for us. But that only happens if we stop firing at everything with AI on its label and start aiming at the things that actually take something from you. Because somewhere in all that crossfire, there's a tool out there that might do for the game of Magic what the chess eval bar, what Stockfish did for chess. In 1997, chess players were certain the machine would kill the thing they loved. Instead, the machine became the reason 100 million new people learned to love it. Magic's version of that story is being written right now, in comment sections, at kitchen tables, and every Rule Zero conversation by all of us. And I think we can look at chess for a good example of what might happen and how this story might end.